What's up, fam? It is Wednesday, August 6th, 11:44 a.m., and we're back. So, yesterday was an interesting day. Um, it was, it was a good day in many ways and a frustrating day in many ways, but um, yeah, so what I do? Um, had a good old spa treatment, mani-pedi for the boys. Um, and then a deep tissue massage, which was awesome. um and everything was going well, talking with my fellow uh my fellow life mentors. Had a great dinner, but right before dinner and in between the time that we got back from the hotel and spa up until dinner, like during that hour and a half 2 hour period, I was experiencing some anxiety and paranoia for some reason. I have no idea why. um And I just kept telling myself, like, Will, this is only temporary, but it's really hard in the moment for anyone who has struggled with anxiety or paranoia. As I look over my shoulder, anyone who has struggled with anxiety or paranoia knows that when you're in the moment, sometimes when someone says just, it's gonna pass, um, like it's hard to believe because it's so consuming. The anxiety and paranoia just grips you. So anyone suffering from anxiety or paranoia, it's become very popular online to talk about it openly. I don't know how I really feel about it because I think everybody at some point struggles with it. And you know, I just think it's important to open up the discussion, but not victimize yourself at the same time because you're strong enough to overcome these obstacles. Um, Another interesting thing that I was thinking about yesterday is kind of like the story of Adam and Eve. They're kind of ignorant to sin until I'm not sure the exact story, but they were pretty much ignorant to sin. They didn't know what sin was um, until they, I think it was, took a bite of the apple, the poison apple that the snake baited them with. And for myself, growing up, like lower school, middle school, high school, I didn't really have any mental issues whatsoever. Um, Up until I mean, let me take that back. Up until the fall after my senior year varsity golf season, where we won a state championship. So I was riding high. It was like the best time of my life. I had a girlfriend, was doing really well in school, was getting recruited by college coaches. Um, I remember going to the sheets and getting a Juul, which for you guys who don't know, younger generation, it was like one of the first e-cigarettes, disposable and actually not disposable, refillable, the Juul. And that was kind of like my version of Adam and Eve biting the apple was me, going to the vape. And ever since I've struggled with, um, you know, overthinking and anxiety and eventually paranoia in my later years. But I'm not trying to say that that was like the defining moment. I just think it's kind of symbolic of what happened to Adam and Eve. And I'm not saying everybody is ignorant if they don't struggle, because that doesn't really make too much sense. But for myself, I didn't realize how good I had it until I started struggling. Um, and I wrote down I didn't really have any coping skills growing up because I didn't struggle. I had definitely had difficulties, that a lot of people may not, a lot of, I may have had difficulties that most people, um, like wouldn't have, but I was fine. Like I managed to fight through a lot of adversity without even knowing that, um, it was really adversity and challenges, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I mean, just working on becoming more of a righteous person. Um, this new, I'm pretty sure I talked about it in a previous video, but for anyone who's looking to stop vaping, because it is not going to be good for your health in the long term. It may feel some pleasure in the short term and help you come out of episodes or help you prevent episodes, but in the long term, it's going to hurt you. Um, And God gives us plenty of time. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, gives us plenty of time to not rescind, but make peace with our vices and overcome them. And there's this really cool. Let me try to find it. I found it. There's this really cool device called a Aticmi, ATETICIMI. I keep getting ads for it, and it's like this little plastic device that's like bendable, and it you can like you can inhale, and it has like a flavor, and it has the oral fixation that you'd use for vaping. So I'll try that out. I'm gonna order some of those, as well as getting Zins, which if you're not familiar is basically like synthetic chewing tobacco that doesn't have tobacco in it, but it has nicotine. And then I might start using um, some of my mentors' mushroom coffee in the morning, and maybe get more supplements and try to eat healthy. I'm trying to get rid of all of the naughty food in our house, like Oreos, like ramen, like mac and cheese. Um, and just trying to make some smart decisions for myself in the long term, because I might sometimes I just don't want to regret not giving it my best, um especially in my like prime physical years. I want to stop destroying my body, and I'm not like doing any hardcore drugs, so I might be sounding pretty innocent to some people watching this. Never have, probably never will. um But yeah, I'm just trying to get back up. I'm just trying to get back up on my feet, and hopefully inspire you guys to do the same. So today's an exciting day. We got just played FIFA for about an hour, which is fun. I think I won 2 out of 3 games. I may start recording those games and posting them on here for extra content. Not sure. Like I said, it's right now it's 11:52 a.m. Wednesday, August 6th. I just posted the previous video from a couple of days ago, which I talked about getting back into golf and soul searching, which was cool. And today I'm playing my, I believe, fourth round at Miami Shores Country Club at around 4 o'clock. Last time we played on the weekend at Miami Shores Country Club, I think it was this past Saturday, and we couldn't finish. We were on the 18th hole, and it was just getting too dark. So hopefully we can actually finish this time around. Um, what else? And then I got a tournament coming up this Friday, um, up in Naples, which would be cool. I haven't played a competitive round in about probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4 years. So this should be interesting. My first goal is to break 90. My second goal is to break 85, and my third goal is to break 70. It doesn't have to be in that order. So I just want one round under 90, one round under 90, 85, and then one round under 80. I'm playing 3 tournaments over the next 2.5 weeks. Like I said, one in Naples and then 2 in Fort Myers. So I think I have one on the 8th, one on the 11th of August, and then one on, I believe, the 19th. And it's about 2 hours away from us. So we're gonna play practice round. Um, we're gonna be playing practice. I didn't know that's a new word since like platypus. We're gonna play a practice round on the day before, and then sleep in a hotel. Got some good hotels to stay in. Not the Ritz, but it's gonna do the job. Golf is expensive. I mean, you got to be dedicated. I'm officially trying to go pro. So I'm gonna start taking myself more seriously. Um, I think my ball striking is good. It's just gonna come down to accuracy and short game. So that's what I'm really gonna try to work on. Unfortunately, the driving range that we go to nearby doesn't have a short game range or a putting green to practice on. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. Um, but yeah, it's good, and that's pretty much an update. Once again, those Actime things, or however you describe them, you try to order those. So hopefully sometime over the next week or two, I'll be getting those. And I'm gonna start making an effort to stop vaping and stop binge eating and other bad habits. But not trying to be perfect, just trying to, give myself the best amount of chance to succeed in athletics as I possibly can. And oh, I guess going back to the college recruit, I've since the last video we made, I believe I've only heard back from one other coach, and that was from Allegheny College, which is in Meadville, Pennsylvania, which is probably about 2 or 3 hours away from where I grew up. It's a really good college, and I'm pretty sure they have a really solid golf team. And I think their coach said that he's going to be back next week because he's on vacation. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to hearing from him, and just gonna keep making these vlogs for you guys whenever I feel like it. I want to be a little more disciplined and try to post one every day. But in the beginning, this is ample. Don't have too much to talk about every day, but when I do, try to film like a 10+ minute video. My shorter videos are probably gonna be like 2-3 minutes. But yeah. Oh my gosh, at the spa yesterday, there was the cold tub. That put ours to shame. That thing was freezing. My feet were like tingling. I could barely feel like my lower body after after getting in the cold tub. Which was really, I mean, it felt good afterwards, but in the moment I was like, geez, my feet are gonna turn into ice cubes. And then I went in the sauna, and it was just so, or the steam room, sorry, the steam room was so nice. I feel like I much rather would be hot than cold. Um, if I'm not sure if that applies to like uh weather, but I'd definitely rather be hot than cold. I think I can sustain being more hot in like a hot sauna or a hot steam room opposed to a cold ice bath. Yeah, that's pretty much all. Feeling blessed. Even though I had a little hiccup last night, didn't require any PRNs. Um, Overcame it just on my own using my coping skills. I really try to use observe, non-judgmental stance from DBT, observe, non-judgmental stance, and radical acceptance, um, which are 3 quality skills to use whenever you're going through something. And cheerleading as well, just telling yourself, your inner self, that you're going to be okay, that this too shall pass, that whatever happens, you're going to figure it out. Even if you mess up, it's okay. God forgives you. The universe forgives you. So remember that observe, non-judgmental stance, cheerleading, radical acceptance, and there's more. Um, like participate in something. So if you're feeling anxious, go out there and participate in something. Go out there and play Xbox, or go out there and lounge outside listening to an audiobook or reading a book. Just get yourself distracted by something. Um, play a card game, or have a good conversation with one of your friends you haven't talked to in a while. Um, Find your go-to person um, that keeps you level, if you have a person that keeps you level. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I've been yapping for a while on this, which is probably going to make the video longer to upload. So it's either going to be uploaded today in probably like an hour or two, or tomorrow at some point. But today, once again, it's August 6th, Wednesday, about 12 p.m. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I can think about. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention was just letting your guard down. I think whenever we are starting to feel anxious or paranoid, we put our guards up and um, react in our fight or flight. But if you just let your guard down and just accept, whatever, your deepest fears, whatever, you just let your guards down and just trust that everything is going to be okay. Life is so much more enjoyable because you're not reacting from fear, you're reacting from faith. and you're trusting that a higher power is going to be looking after you, um, whether that be once again God or the universe or some other thing. Um, so my message would definitely be do those coping skills that DBT coping skills that I mentioned, and generally just try to let your guard down. It might be hard at first, but it's definitely worthwhile, and you'll make so many more memories, and um, you'll have so much more uh, experiences in life. So, with that being said, peace out, fam. I may try to make a video tomorrow after my practice round, but wish me luck if I don't, and I'll be updating you guys as soon as possible. So, peace out.